What is up, everybody? Welcome to another Bulldog Breakdown with Coach Rocco. Coach, how you doing today?
I'm doing great.
We had a week off. I hope you got some rest. Not so much.
Not so much.
Not so much.
We're ready to go tonight.
Ready to go. We're so excited. We got a special sideline spotlight. We've waited a couple weeks to do this, but no better week than after that game against Salem. We got a special guest today, Tyler Jackson, our quarterback. Yeah. Many of you haven't had the opportunity to get to know him. You're going to get to know him today. Coach, we're going to go through a few questions, some fun questions, look ahead to the game tonight. Good. Big game. This is a game day edition of the Breakdown. We're excited to be here. We'll be right back. All right, make sure to get those tickets. It's going to be a great game. I'm excited for this game against Franklin County. Before we get into talking to that, we've got a few questions. We got doing this last year, a few questions, just talking some fun stuff. A lot of people love to hear a little bit more about you, a little bit more about football. I've learned a lot. From what I heard, a lot of your old players are tuning in, trying to figure out what they didn't even know at that point. So a couple of questions that have kind of been on tap for us for a little while. This one's not the most deep one, but it's a good one. If you choose any famous person, living or dead, any famous person to come to a game and cheer for the Bulldogs, who would it be?
I think the first one would be Jesus Christ.
Okay.
we need him on our side.
Living, by the way. He's alive, for sure.
He is alive. No, I would probably say my grandfather.
Okay, that's good.
My grandfather. I could remember as a player, this is my dad's dad, was a very, very quiet man but loved his family tremendously, and I can remember playing. He used to be right on the fence line, down in the end zone watching, and he was just always there and was a silent leader. And although I know he's watching up in heaven and watching the Bulldogs, I'd love to have him on the fence line even today.
That'd be pretty good. A lot of people talk about the way you coach. I'm curious of how you would say you coach. And if you had just a few words to describe your coaching style, what would they be?
We talk a lot. Carter will remember. We talk a lot about playing in the purple, and we create a rainbow effect, a spectrum that has on the different colors of the spectrum, and we equate an emotional state to each one of those colors. And on either end of the spectrum is black, and black is either you're insane, losing your mind, or you're dead. You've got no emotion at all.
Right.
And then as you go Roy G. Biv, you go red, orange, yellow, going up the purple is where you want to be. It's passion. It's just extreme passion. And, we define all those characteristics for the kids, but passion is basically, living life to the fullest and playing with a lot of, or coaching or doing what you're doing with a lot of love and passion and energy. And so that's what I would say. And, I'm Italian, so I get loud a lot, and I think the kids think, they call it yelling, but I'm just talking loud.
I love the air quotes. It's yelling.
Yeah. I just, I'm a passionate guy, and I pray that I'll be able to continue to do this for as long as God allows me. And whenever I feel, or whatever others feel, that I no longer can bring the passion, it's the time to go, But right now I'm loving it, and I love these kids with all my heart, and it's been a good ride.
I will say you have come over for the Bulldog Breakdown with less of a voice a lot of times because of talking loud. All right, so in a dream world, this is hypothetically speaking, you get an opportunity to bring an NFL player back to play for the Bulldogs. Yeah. I mean, any NFL player Who would you like to bring back and play and see up close? Obviously, an NFL player with us. But,
well, we've been very blessed in our program to have multiple guys that have gone on to the NFL.
Okay.
And even Michael Strawn right now is still playing with the Carolina Panthers. So I'd love to bring back one of our former players to be on our present-day team.
Right.
But I've always been a Minnesota Viking and a Pittsburgh Steelers fan, so I would probably say today probably Justin Jefferson. Would love to have him on our squad and throw the ball up to him and have him go get it. But yeah, it's fun to dream.
Yeah, it's good. We're gonna take a break and then we're gonna talk to Tyler Jackson. Before he gets here, I know we'll talk to him and pump him up a little bit. But have you ever had a freshman like this start from day one on a team, especially a team that's vying for the state championship like this?
No, we've had actually my son Mike alternated as a freshman. He wasn't the full out starter. Jeb Moon, who is the young man that we're replacing this year. Jeb has been in our program ever since his freshman year. He didn't really start varsity, but he had been on our varsity team even as a freshman. So, but we usually like our quarterbacks to get some early experience. Now, to play as a freshman, that's a rare thing, but we want them to be exposed to what varsity quarterback is, and so we've had a couple that have done that.
So this is really a unique experience that we're seeing this year.
Yeah,
so we're going to take a minute. We're going to talk to Tyler Jackson in just a moment. All right, Bulldog fans, here we are with the Sideline Spotlight. Coach, we've got a special player with us. How about giving us an introduction? Because some of these people didn't even get to meet him yet.
Yeah, I think a lot of our fans kind of knew the transition we went through right at the beginning of the season and having to find a new quarterback out of the quarterbacks that were in our system, and we went through a brief tryout period, and we didn't have a whole lot of time to pick somebody because we had to get ready to go. And Tyler Jackson here is a freshman, was a JV quarterback last year as an 8th grader, knew our system, knew the language and whatever, and just was a really savvy, moxie athlete, all-around athlete. And he picked up on our stuff really quickly. He's a fun guy to be around, a fun guy to coach, and we have breakfast. We have lunch together 3 times a week, and kind of go over the game plans each week. And he's been great, just picking everything up. So Tyler Jackson.
Tyler, how you doing, man?
Good. How are you?
So literally a freshman.
Yes, sir.
And they took it easy on you and allowed your first game to be an easy one, against Salem. I mean, come on now. Tyler, it's your first, I kind of want to just look at that game a little bit. Your first varsity game, really. You walk on the field. How does it feel? I mean, you've had scrimmages and stuff, but how does it feel to walk on to the field, your first varsity game as a freshman, as a Bulldog? What was that like?
It was pretty awesome. I mean, it's by far the most fans I've played in front of. I mean, probably by 2,000. But yeah, I mean, it's fun. It's just fun to be out there. All
right, so like I said, you've played JV football, and you guys had a couple scrimmages. You had you're at Christiansburg, and then we had Appomattox here, but it's the real deal. So tell me what the difference was playing in this game, this opening game against Salem. I mean, do you understand at this point like what it is for Salem to be coming here, or is it just whatever?
I mean, I don't try to think about it too much to get myself psyched out about it a little bit, but I mean, yeah, I mean, just treat it like any other team. I mean, they're good, obviously, but don't take them too big of a deal, and just like any other game.
What's it like out there on the field as a young guy with all these other guys there? What was that like for you to be playing with the varsity in this capacity?
Yeah, I mean, it's pretty awesome. We got some pretty high caliber guys, guys that are gonna do stuff really good in the future at the next level. So yeah, I mean, it's pretty awesome.
Speed of the game, right? You coming up from JV. I mean, we got a great JV team. They're actually playing, right here, right now. But what do you notice about the speed of the game as you come into playing up here with these guys?
Yeah, I noticed on like the first couple plays is a lot different. Just way faster, way more physical, everything like that.
So what are you doing to kind of adjust to that? Because you have an adjustment period that, I mean, I loved watching you play, but I know that there has to be a thing for you that you're trying to kind of catch up to that. And what's that like for you?
Yeah, just really not letting the game get too sped up on me. You know, when make a mistake or anything like that, just slowing it down, taking a deep breath, and just taking it play by play.
Okay. So your first series, you go out there. I felt like 99% of the game, like I didn't even notice that you're a freshman. Were you nervous the first series when you went out there?
Definitely. Yeah. I missed those 2 easy completions. I got the nerves out after that one.
You know, it was really cool. I was up in the stands. Carter and I, we do the stats up there, and I mean, there's a ton of fans up there, and you miss those things. And the neat thing, Coach, I love this about our fans is immediately they're like, give them some time. Come on, offense, help your boy out like that. Did you feel like, as much as the fans were doing that, did you feel that even then, what was it like for your team? Were they behind you? Were they encouraging? How did those conversations go on the sideline?
Yeah, they were just encouraging me. You know, just calm down, take it slow. You know, I mean, I think they all trusted me. So, and they've seen me make those easy completions before. So.
You had a lot of plays in that game. Is there any particular point in the game that you felt like, okay, we're just playing football? Like at what point do you settle down and just start handing the ball off, play the game, making the calls?
Probably when Gideon scored that first touchdown.
Gideon scored that touchdown.
Settle in, just like that's when I realized it's just football. It's not anything crazy.
You just got to do what you know how to do.
Yes, sir.
Right. So you bring up Gideon. You got Gideon there. You've got Easton up there with you. How's that affect your confidence to know that you got those guys that when you're putting the ball in play, when you're stepping back, you got leaders on that team? How's that help your confidence?
Yeah, I mean, it helps a ton. I mean, those 2 guys, they're just great leaders, always vocal, everything like that. It just helps a lot.
You're the quarterback.
Yes, sir.
And whether how old are you?
14.
You're 14, leading this team. Man, you're 14, but you step out on that field. Regardless of your age or what class you're in, your team's going to look to you for leadership. What are some of your influences in your life that has helped you become? I mean, because you did, Coach. I know you saw it too. By the end of that game, you called it moxie, man. There's a confidence that you had. I wouldn't say arrogance at all. I mean, not at all. But like when you threw that touchdown, I mean, you turned around with a yes, let's go. Like, where do you draw that confidence from?
Well, I've always been around high level college baseball players. My dad's in the college baseball, so just being around those guys every day and just learning from them, and always being in front of a lot of fans with them and all that stuff. So.
Yeah. All right. Walk me through the touchdown pass to Jackson, right?
Yeah.
You take the snap. I mean, from my perspective, it looked like immediately there's nothing right away. You roll out. Was that designed for you to roll out like that?
Yes, sir. Yeah.
Okay, so you're rolling out. Are you looking for Jackson that whole time?
Jackson, both of those 2. So there's 2 go routes on the outside, and then Austin's coming across on a flat route from the wing tight end. So the 2 go routes are pretty much just one-off routes to get the flat open.
Okay.
But Austin kind of didn't really get out there clean. And then I saw Jackson right away open in the end zone. But then he got covered up a little bit, so I kind of just stayed on him. And then eventually he found an open window, and I got him. So.
All right. Now, I know you threw it with confidence.
Yeah.
When did you know, when in your heart did you, this is my touchdown right here. I threw this touchdown. Was it when it was in his hands or when you let it go?
Probably right when I saw him. When he got open, I feel like I knew I had him. So.
All right. What's that feel like? Because I saw your celebration, man. What does that feel like?
It was awesome. Just excitement and the fans, everything like that.
Yeah, very good. Tyler, we're excited for you, man. This is a big season. I've heard nothing but a lot of support for you. I know that the Bulldog Nation's behind you. We're cheering for you. And you getting ready to go and play Franklin County this week.
Sir.
Tell me a little bit about what you've seen of this team that we're getting ready to go face.
Yeah, I mean, they're a really good team. 5A school, there's going to be a lot of fans there. Nice stadium. I mean, they put a pretty good fight up against Salem, so that'll be a good test. So I think it'll be a good test for us to go in there.
Coach, you said it that he earned his place here. Overall, what do you see in this guy in the future as far as what are his strengths right now that give you the confidence to put him back there?
Yeah, he's a winner. He's a winner. He knows how to make things happen. There's a component to what we're trying to do with him, at least early in the season, being that that proverbial game manager. Where just make this throw, do this, hand the ball off, but. We have full confidence in him, just like he did on his first touchdown pass, to make something happen when things break down. So to me, it's a remarkable thing, for a 14-year-old to step right in and take over a state championship team and just keep them going, keep them on the same trajectory. And that's what he's doing. And it's been a blast to coach him. He's got a great family, like he referred to earlier, that has trained him up to be in these type of situations. So we're just very blessed to be able to have him.
Hey, Bulldog Nation, this is Tyler Jackson. Get used to seeing his face. Well, we put you behind a mask all the time. But come out, cheer for him. Remember, 14 years old, man. Let's get behind this guy. Tyler, thank you for being here, man.
Yes, sir.
All right, we are back from Sideline Spotlight. What a guy. What an amazing thing. I'm excited to see him play, see him go on the road. We talked about Salem, but Franklin County's no pushover at all. This is another big team that we're going to go face, so it's going to be fun to see him play that on the road. Speaking of him, let's talk a little bit about the team. You've had a week, not off, but you have an extra week of preparation that gave them. We talked last time about how you guys approach the bye week. Coming into this game, how are you feeling about the team, health, all the things? I mean, I know there's things that got to keep.
Yeah, we have a couple bumps and bruises. Of one or two guys that may not be able to make it tomorrow, and that's a little bit concerning for sure. But we started off a little slow this week, just kind of getting back into the routine. But I feel as the week ended up Wednesday, Thursday, I think we picked it up, and I feel we're in a good position to play this game tonight.
Well, I'm glad. It sounds like our JV's been ready to play this game. This is third touchdown while we've been recording. So going into this game against Franklin County, last couple years we've really had the upper hand on them. Last year was a really strange game because interrupted by a massive thunderstorm. But with this being a team that we've faced before, there's some familiarity there. How do you approach this game differently and not get stuck in the rut of doing the same thing?
Yeah, two things. I think you heard Tyler talk about the big fan support that they have, the beautiful stadium, large crowd, a lot of good community support over there. So there's going to be an energy in the stadium tomorrow night that I'm sure will have Franklin County motivated. They played Salem very nip and tuck last Friday night. Right up until the third quarter, it was really 32-30, and then Salem hit a couple long touchdown passes that spread it out right at the end. But they're a formidable opponent. They're actually, the first 2 weeks of the season, they played without their best player. They have a Division I recruit kid that plays defensive end and tight end, and very likely he'll be back tonight. So we'll see. But our guys, I think, do a good job of understanding the importance of staying focused and locked in.
That's good. So if you're in the habit of looking at final scores of games of common opponents, they don't always tell the story because that game did go for a long time. Right. It was unsettled. But Salem ultimately came out at the end. But it definitely shows that we've got a fight on our hands coming up. This is early in the season. I was curious. I didn't really ask this last time, but we go up against a really big opponent in Salem, and then we have an early bye week.
Right.
help, hurt, or not really a big deal?
I honestly, I think it probably is just okay. We get a chance to, kind of take a step back, evaluate ourselves where we are right now, coming out of training camp and then a couple scrimmages and then the big opening game. It's tough to kind of get in and out of the groove, so to speak, but I think the early week off can allow us to kind of sit back and evaluate and kind of recuperate a little bit.
As we get ready to go into this game, obviously we've spent a lot of time talking about Tyler Jackson, deservedly so. I mean, that's a very focal position. At the beginning of our conversation this season, we talked about there's a lot of young players that are having to step in because we lost some really great players. Right. For those that are going to travel to Franklin County or watch it online, who are some guys that you're seeing that are really taking the mantle and stepping up?
Well, we talked in earlier episodes, trying to get that offensive line to gel, and we have Jackson Manning and Brady Collins and Bodie Aronson. All three of those guys, two are sophomores and one is a junior. But new starters and young kids and trying to figure it out, and each week we get 1 week better, and that's a good thing. But there was a concern about gelling and really understanding and playing well together. But we're feeling we're in a good trajectory with those guys right now. There's a handful of JV guys that came up from our JV team, in addition to Tyler, who we just talked to, that had really good success on the JV level last year, that are now slowly starting to become impact guys on the varsity. So our program, really from the middle school to the JV to the varsity, kind of just feeds to the next, and ultimately the varsity is the end result, and we need them to be able to produce. And so it's a testament to our JV coaches and our middle school coaches for putting that training process together.
That's amazing. So last thing on this, getting ready to go into this week, what is your message to the team walking into that locker room before they go out? What do you communicate to them, or do you just you've done it all week and they better be ready?
Yeah, I mean, each game is different, and sometimes something happens in pregame that kind of sparks a comment and a topic to have to reinforce. I'm hoping. I use this term called the haze in the barn. Once you put everything together and you've put all the teaching and instruction and training together, there's not a whole lot more you can do but go out and play. But the beauty of the game of football is, coaches have input on what plays to call and what defenses to call, and so we are constantly teaching and coaching even right throughout the game. So I would say for tonight, as before we go out on the game, it's going to be just stay the course and execute what you've been coached. The old Bill Belichick, do your job. Don't be trying to make plays out of your position. Do your job, stay in your position, and just keep pounding, because typically the opponent will back down, so hopefully we can keep doing that tonight.
And you brought a Carolina Panthers mantra up right there. Keep pounding.
Yeah, pounding.
I wish they would. Yeah. I wish they would. Hey, fans, I'm going to tell you, it is worth the drive to go to Franklin County. First of all, their stadium is beautiful.
It is.
It's an incredible place to watch the game of football. Last time we were there 2 years ago, we had a good crowd that showed up. They have an awesome crowd that comes out. It gets loud. It is a great place to watch high school football. Tonight is going to be amazing. Yeah. And this is a special season. We are defending champs, and you only get to defend when you've already won one, but there's a rarity of watching how everybody's coming after the champ. Yeah. And you guys are part of that journey. So you can go online, get your tickets at GoFan, and make the trek, come over, grab some food on the way. It means a lot to the boys to see them out there. It means a lot to you guys, too.
Absolutely. We need Bulldog Nation there tomorrow night, or tonight, excuse me.
Tonight. Final thing before we get off, Liberty facing UTEP this week for homecoming. Know anything about UTEP?
No, they're 0-2. I know
they're 0-2. We're going to hope they're going to be 0-3. I'm planning. We got a full pig coming out for our tailgate. Yeah, so come see us there. But tonight we're hoping for a big W. Coach, we'll see you next week on the Bulldog Breakdown. Anything you got to say before we go?
Just thank you all for your support. God bless.
We love you guys. Go Dogs.